Hey, everybody. This is exciting. First live video. Thanks for joining. I hope you guys can hear me okay. Sorry if that got all weird. So, what I wanted to do, I have a little list so I don't get lost. Because if I get lost, then it's going to be a really short video. And I'll be like, what do we do now? And that's kind of not what I want to do. And I've kind of been on here with all these ideas of what I want to talk to you guys about. So, firstly, new to YouTube, I intended to do this a few days ago, like last weekend. And silly me, actually, it was Monday. Silly me did not think to look on how to start a live video. And guess what? I had to ask permission per se, and that was a 24-hour wait. So my plans for Monday's live went out the window because I couldn't do it on Tuesday, which is okay, I guess. Timing is everything, right? So here we are, Friday afternoon. Hope that's okay for y'all. And I'm struggling here. I got a little sunburn. Family went out to a big aviation event on Tuesday this week. And my husband is pilot, and he is 1000% a complete aviation nerd. One second. My cat is over here playing with things he shouldn't. Yes, it's the yarn room, and he found some yarn. My fault. So we went, had fun. It was great. Absolutely great. But I'm a little sunburnt on my arms here, and here, and my neck. Amazingly, I got burnt this way and not so much this way. I guess it must be because of the concrete, the flight line, because it's white, opposed to asphalt, which is, the black, and then it absorbs and reflects. So the light was reflected off of the concrete. So it went up. I did get some sun up here, but I have the amazing makeup that's covering my nose and all that redness. So yay for that. So what I want to talk about is I did put that I did put that poll on Sunday out for you guys because I have so many ideas in my head and I want to kind of rein it in and channel it. Unfortunately, the AI thing is great. It's fun. I love doing it. I just don't have patterns coming in, and I don't want to ask myself, knowing what I'm asking for them for the creations into AI. I like the mystery factor. I think you guys like the mystery factor. So let's see. So I did put that poll out. Then I have all of these ideas for, like the creating of the patterns things that I'm doing. So like the earrings that I did and the bandana that I did for 4th of July. And then this week's were super cool. I'm absolutely proud of those. And I do want to shout out about the inspiration for those here shortly. Got to keep on track. So sorry, excuse me. I had some caffeine bubbles. So I put that poll out there to get an idea. I did have some friends suggest that I do some beginner videos on crocheting, basic stitches, for beginners to get them some knowledge. So that's why that was on there. And there's always the ideas that I don't think of that y'all might think of. So that was why, hey, put in there what you think. So it's still up. You can go into the post section of my page and vote. It's going to be there. So yeah, I love the feedback. So thanks for the 2 of you guys that did. Appreciate that. Let's see. So today I want to talk about some things that are going on here. I'm going to show you my craft room. It's kind of in the make. in the building speak, lady speak, in the building phases, and I'll explain why. Um, I did go to Texas the beginning of this month for 2 weeks. Do you want to talk about that? I did bring some stuff back from my mom's yarn stash. So I'm going to open those and show you guys some of that stuff. I did order some yarn well before I left, and it came in right after I got back. So, which was inspired by the 4th of July patterns. So I'm going to show you those. I also want to talk about the stuff coming up next week. I'm kind of excited about those. So let's see. Pause for a minute. See if anybody's hanging out with me. Probably going to have some infiltration of the cats because they like to come in here. The door's open. Usually when I'm in here, I'm creating and I have to have the door closed. Otherwise, they're going to jump on the table and they're going to get in the way and they're going to cause all this noise and ruckus. So they're like, oh my gosh, the door's open. I need to come there. I need to cause chaos. So I'm expecting that. Maybe it's not going to be so bad because I've had the door open for a few hours now because I did do kind of an interview thing here earlier. I had it open so they can kind of vibe in here for a little bit. I don't like to keep them out forever because they like to be with me. They're my other babies. And then they'll just scratch at the door and whine at the door. And we just like made these doors. I don't want them scratched up. So there's that. Let's see. Yep. So my plan is to do a whole like 360 of my room. So you can see the state it's in now is mostly clean. And my plans, hang on, I'm getting notifications that you guys are not seeing me live, which is kind of weird because it says on my end that I'm live. I'm confused. I think I had to go through a setting. Let's see if it works now. So replay crew, my apologies. You're going to have to sit here and watch all this silliness while I wait for those who said they're going to be here. And my technical difficulties, like I said, I don't have experience in the YouTube live stream situation. So hopefully what I just did fixes it. So replay crew, if you haven't been here live, which is totally fine, I appreciate you either way. You can still comment and let me know any answers that I'm going to ask, your input, because I am going to ask you guys for some input today. I do have some questions. I like to bounce ideas off of people. So we'll see how that works. And I absolutely love your feedback. Hey, Steve, yay! I'm so excited to see you, buddy. So excited. All right, hang on. I know Beth is trying to get here. Let's see. We all just missed a whole monologue. It was great. Absolutely fabulous. I went through all of my talking points. So I guess you can catch it on the replay. It's okay. It's new to me. We're gonna now I know how to go about the live stuff. So it's gonna be fine. Oh, sorry. So here's another thing about the live is that if you're a newbie like me and you have less than 50 subscribers, you cannot go live on your mobile, on a tablet, or a cell phone. You have to use your desktop or your laptop, which is okay. I mean, I have one, so I can do it. So to show you guys the room, we have, thanks, Matt. We have, I have it on the Lazy Susan, so I'm just going to be turning you guys. It's going to be fun. I'll try to do it slow so you don't get dizzy. You don't need any vertigo going on over here. So, okay. Hey, Beth, love you. Steve, love you. I'm so glad you guys are here. This is fun. I'm like excited and giddy and like nervous and weird all at the same time. So if you're looking at, I already talked about this, that's fine. I got a little sunburn this week. We went to the aviation event and oh, buddy, the sun here still hurts. It doesn't matter where you are. Didn't put as much sunblock on as I should have. My face is a little bit up here, but thankfully not so bad. My nose is, but my makeup is the bomb. So, all right. So let me do another recap here of the things I'd like to talk about today because I have a list, so I keep myself together. Because if I don't, I'm just gonna yap too fast and forget what I wanted to talk about, and then we'll be done in like 10 minutes, and we don't want that, right? Okay. So I did that poll on Sunday to ask all of you lovely people your thoughts on what you would like to see here, because my brain gets full of so many different thoughts. Like I know we started this channel, we everybody's helper. Y'all get credit too. Started this channel to do some fun stuff with the AI crochet stuff, mystery things. I love the mystery factor. It's so much fun. My issue is I'm running out of patterns because I'm not getting any in, and I don't want to go to the AI software and ask for things and I already know what it's going to be. That's not the way I want to do this. I want it to super be a mystery for myself. So some other ideas that came up were the 4th of July stuff, which I created those patterns, the bandana and the earrings, and that was lots of fun. Absolutely lots of fun. Sorry, Beth, what? Sound was good. Thanks. Thanks. I hope I'm not getting too much reverberation here because it's at my neck. Where was I at? Oh, yeah. So the creating patterns things, I'm game to do that when the inspiration hits, which this week I had some good ones, and I'm really kind of proud of those. We'll talk about the inspiration here in a second for those. But I also got some input from a friend that said that it would be a great idea to do beginner pattern things. So what, Steve? Are there key? Steve is saying, are there key point prompts that would help you in your designing from a blind spot? Like, I don't know how much about it, so knowing what to tell it isn't as detailed as I'm sure it could be. Steve, you did a great job with creating. No, yours is perfect. Perfect. And I'm excited to do the other 2 that you made because you sent me, because I don't know what they're going to be like. It's going to be fun. I just didn't want to back-to-back them. I want to say, pull them out so that it's not, hey, Steve this week, hey, Steve this week, hey, Steve this week, So, yes, so I did have that feedback from another friend that said do some beginner crochet stuff. A lot of people are starting to crochet, and it'd be great for them to have that feedback or, to learn how to crochet on my channel, which that would be fine. As far as me creating patterns, like if I'm just crocheting stuff, my concern is I can't just pick a pattern that someone else has created online because that's their, personal rights that they've created. And I don't want to worry about any copyright or legal issues there. So if I make my own, but I can't make my own every day, right? And then I think I also put on there whatever ideas you have, because you have ideas that I might not think of, and we can just run through it from there. So that's prompt number one, friends. Um, like I was saying earlier, I did go to Texas at the beginning of the month for 2 weeks. My daughter was missing all her buddies, mostly just one of her best friends, her best friend literally for life. I think that they're technically sisters now. And they're probably sisters from past lives that actually love each other, unlike some other sisters from past lives that she probably has that hate each other. If you know, you know. Excuse me. And I hope my burps aren't catching on the phone. It's embarrassing. Uh, so we went to visit. She got to hang out up in Copper's Cove area, which is where we lived before here, for 2 weeks. And I was chilling with my brother and my family in San Antonio until we went up to visit. So when I went to pick her up, uh, met some friends in Lampasas, which is 20 miles ish west from Copper's Cove. And they were having their Spring Hoe Festival. I know it's a weird name. I don't remember exactly why it's called that. But hey, if you're watching this and you know, let me know in the comments. Remind me. It's been a minute. So she met up with this lovely lady who had a booth at the fairground, not fairground, at the vendor portion of this event, from the Kylie farm. And she sells organic homemade soaps and lotions and laundry soaps and pain relieving balms and lip balms and all those kind of natural things using natural and organic essential oils, etc. And I think it's goat's milk. Wait, I have it right here. They're milk soaps. So I don't remember if it's goat's milk or cow's milk, but here's the label. Can you see it? There it is. So I bought a few soap bars because my daughter was interested from her. And then she used one, not in a pouch like this, in the shower. And the next day she says, Mom, I need something because these guys, it's slipping out of my hands and I can't control it. I said, okay, let me make you a little pouch. So that's how this lovely guy, gal, it, whatever, was conceived in my mind. So that was my video on Wednesday. If you guys haven't seen it, go check it out. This is the Soap Saver pouch. And then I'm like, well, my brain is going, and I was using like a moss e-stitch, if you know what that means in crochet terms. And I thought, hey, let's make a bag. Let's make this cute pouch. And so that's how this one was created. And that went live today, this morning, actually. Sorry, my hair's looking weird. That went live this morning. And I'm so proud of this. Super simple. That's right, Steve. Don't drop the soap. All right, Beth, what did you say, honey? I'm so sorry. If you want to try something new, you could take some AI generated photos of crochet and try to create. Hey, that's a good idea. So you know what's funny, Beth? In my intro video for the pouch, today's video, Steve, if you haven't seen it, you need to go watch it. I did the yarn chicken thing. That yarn chicken is obviously AI generated. It is so darn cute. I want to make it. So I think that's going to be a side quest for me. Yeah, so that's going to be a fun little thing. So recap, if y'all with this are interested in checking out the Kylie Farms products, I have their link posted below. No, I don't get kickbacks at all, which is fine. I'm all about sharing the love. All right, so next, let's talk. Oh, wait, so before I finish, I'm wearing this Texas shirt because while we were there in Texas, it was the flooding. So flooding on the 4th of July. It was legit, guys. So I was in San Antonio. My daughter was on the river with her bestie and fam, and it just so happened to be the same river that was deluging and flooding out Kerrville, so the Guadalupe. And I went, hold on, wait, what? So, not gonna lie, this is how it went, folks. I go and I look on the maps, like Kerrville, Guadalupe. So Kerrville, she was in New Braunfels. As the crow flies ish, you could say that's about 80 miles west, east of Kerrville, where the major flooding was. So I go to New Braunfels and I go back on the map following the river. Oh, thank goodness. It's tragic for those who were not saved, and my sincerest love and sympathies for that. Um, but between Kerrville and New Braunfels is Canyon Lake, thankfully. Um, so all of that excess water coming from Kerrville fills up Canyon Lake, and there's a dam, and the dam only lets so much water pass, obviously. So thankfully, all that deluge didn't continue to New Braunfels. However, did my daughter not just say, "Hey, Faye," she she straight up says, "Mom, yeah, we're not flooded out here, but we're sitting in 6 inches of water." So they were in a camper in 6 inches of water the day after the flooding in Kerrville. I was like, okay, sis. So y'all need to go home when you can get home. So thankfully they were able to leave. The low water crossings weren't so bad. Um, so yeah, this is a Texas shirt. This was a fundraiser shirt. I was gonna link this lovely lady's page for this, but unfortunately her campaign has already closed, so you couldn't get one if you wanted to. But she was sending the proceeds for each shirt over for Kerrville relief funds to help with all that devastation. And there are a few other companies that did some amazing. James Avery, if you're familiar with James Avery, they are a jewelry company. I think they're mostly based in Texas. It's kind of a big deal in Texas. If you know, you know. And so they actually had they had a charm that's the state of Texas with a heart in the center. So it's kind of like in the center. Why am I showing me a shirt? I don't know. And they were sending all the proceeds for the sales of that charm to help with Kerrville relief. And then HEB, y'all, that is Texas's lifeline, I tell you. At least South Texas, Central Texas, um, below Dallas. And they were out there in no time helping out with searches and flood relief and all these too. So yeah. Thanks, Faye. I love you. So excited you're here. So excited. Okay. So that's why I'm okay, whatever. Wearing a Texas shirt today. I did want to give some props to everything that went down there. It's truly devastating and sad and insane. It flooded all over the place. There was flooding up here in the Midwest where I'm living during that time. Oh, this is kind of a joke, but it's not a funny, but I mean, I guess for us it is, like me and my family. We were joking that the rain was following my daughter wherever she went in the state because they had to travel back up to Copper's Cove, which is 3 hours north, and then the rain went up there. So I was like, Texas is trying to hold you here, sis. I don't know. Anyways, so there's that. So that is my little Texas recap. Um, I do have some boxes over here that I want to open up, but I want to give you a little tour of um, my craft room in all of its stages right now. So, okay, what do you got, Faye? You love Texas and Texans. Texas not so much. Oh, that's funny. And you know, Texas is very tax friendly, meaning there's no state income tax. And if you're military, they are, I believe, are the most military friendly state in the nation. Lots of advantages to living in Texas there. Texas is great. I love Texas, but it's too hot for me, too dry for me. I absolutely love places where I don't have to water my lawn, to actually have grass, and I can walk in the grass barefoot and it doesn't hurt and it's not covered in bugs that want to eat me all day, like chiggers. and horrible, horrible insects that are absolutely venomous, evil, evil things. Chiggers did find me while I was there. I'm so mad. I guess Texas had to like welcome me fully. I don't know. Okay. Steve, what you got? Texas Hold'em. Yeah, it sucks what happened. I lived in San Antonio for 4 months to go to wrestling school. I've always been fond of Texas. Yes. So I have lived in Texas 3 different times, Steve. I graduated high school in San Antonio. I met my husband in San Antonio. Then he did the military thing because we were going to get married. And we moved away, came back, lived in Abilene for 4 years. No, 3 years, excuse me. And then moved away, moved to other places, moved to Alaska, and then back to Copper's Cove at Fort Hood, where we were last. So I spent most of my life in Texas. It was really hard for me to relinquish my Texas driver's license, I'm not gonna lie, because I had that thing since I was 16. Yeah, out of everybody in my house that has a Texas driver's license, minus my parents and my siblings that are older than me, so my husband and my kids, my number was the shortest. Yeah, I know, it was really hard to get rid of that, but that's okay. All right, here we go. Craft room time, friends. So I have this guy on Lazy Susan because it's my laptop. So I'm going to try to go slow and give you a little. So, okay. I'm going to turn you to my left, your right, to give you an idea. So this section over here is absolutely in a design works. I plan to put bookcases like the white ones to the left over here, like cabinet ones with the doors like on this side, and then underneath my low ceiling, have them open for like my library. Okay. This is my daughter's bookcase that had to come out of her room because it was taking up too much space and she was overwhelmed with everything in there. Strong Texas roots. Yeah. And I agree. It is way too hot there. So behind me, you see my billies that are built with all my yarn in them. My plan is to paint them to match my green walls. I want to do the whole flooding of the room color. Everyone's like, but they look good white. I'm like, but y'all don't see my vision. It's got to be like all the same color. It's going to be gorgeous. Trust me. So there's a gap right there. It's going to get moved closer. All right. So to this side, you're going to see, let me bring this down a little bit so you can see the floor. You're going to see, ignore my drinks, all of my orange tape on the walls and on the floor. This is, thanks, babe. I love this wall color too. It's so peaceful and calming. I'll show you the ceiling in a minute. It's blue because I want to paint clouds and stuff up there. But so there's going to be a cabinet right here, normal counter height, that's going to have drawers because of all of my crafty stuff. I have some jewelry things and that need to go in little drawers. As we go, everything is taped off. So in that corner, that's like the active desk area. So there's not going to be much underneath in the corner because I'll be able to put my feet somewhere. Next, you see I have space for a sink. There's a drain and water connection. So I kind of want to do a little cabinet there for just that and the sink on top. I don't want any cabinets that open like doors. I want everything to be drawers because for me, that makes more sense and it'll help with my other crafty things and how everything's going to fit. As we continue, those are all just the cabinets. I have a maybe upper cabinet up top there. Oh, this is my daughter's bass guitar, by the way. She was down here practicing with somebody. And then on the left is an actual tall cabinet that's going to go as far up as I can. Hey, look, there's my ring light. And then over here on this wall, I plan to put like let me come over here and show you. Plan to have a countertop and then possibly two small cabinets over here, but I want this to be like an opening door so that I can have a craft table that rolls out and that's I can adjust the height of, and the table folds up like this, like wings, so that if I'm gonna do sewing stuff and I need to cut fabric, I've got that big space. And then I can also use it for blocking my yarn, my crochet stuff that needs to be blocked. And then I can fold it back in and I can put it back in there and I close it up. And the whole purpose of that is I don't want an island in the middle of my room. Okay. Because I want this space to feel clear so I can do workouts in here or meditation in here or any of those. I need to get out of here the rest of the house so I can be in my own space in here. As we go around, this is the door. And we're right back over here to this side. Yay! Okay. Here's my lamp again. All right. So, okay. So I have a picture of my plan for, hang on, there we go. For my cabinets. And I need y'all's input because I was sold on this. And then, thanks, Faye. Dye yarn. Wait, huh? Beth, plumbing will come in handy. You said dye yarn. Yes. So plumbing, it's going to be a small sink, but it's going to be a sink. And my first initial thought, it was already in this house when we bought the house. The basement was not complete. So it had plumbing for a bar in the basement. That's what this is. And then a whole bathroom on the other side. They just hadn't done it. So that was a benefit. So we actually broke ground, but there was no groundbreaking. At the beginning of November to get all of those bedrooms done. We have 2 more bedrooms and we have a media room because my upstairs is an entire open concept and my kitchen is really in my living room and I don't like the TV on all the time. I don't like the TV up in that space. So to have a media room down here is exactly what we needed to do. And then my 2 older boys. This is a 3-bedroom house we bought. There's 5 of us. They don't fit. So 2 bedrooms downstairs. So they have their own bedrooms. So my craft room, obviously, is not as a priority to be completed as their bedrooms were. So this is the stage we're in. Okay, where are we at? Yes, the dyeing of the yarn. I want to eventually make yarn. I don't remember her name, but she's on Instagram and she has a yarn carter. It's like an electric one. And she's constantly just making her own yarn in there. It's so beautiful. And I'm inspired. I want to make yarn. I first need to learn how to spin yarn, I think, before I start making, Anyway, so, okay, here's my rough picture that is on IKEA. So you can see, now the countertops, I'm not sure about, but it's like a walnut color, the cabinet, brown. But then I thought, wait a minute. What if I did it all, because I have to paint these Billy Kate bookcases from white to my green. What if I did all of these cabinets in, no, Steve, I don't have to buy sheep. I love it though. I couldn't have them here anyway. My house property is too small. Sad face. So I was thinking, what if I bought them in white? And I'm already going to be painting these guys. So why don't I paint them all the same green color? So everything will be green. It is my favorite color. I mean, look. It's my peaceful, calming color. Or do I make less work for myself and keep it brown, which matches my trim in the whole basement? The whole house is this lovely walnut trim. I love it. But if I did the green counters, then I could do the walnut countertops. But if I do the walnut counter cabinets, I was thinking maybe like a slate colored countertop. I don't really want white so much in here. Like that's my aim, is to not have as much white as possible. Yes, white is clean. Yes, white is nice, but everybody has white. And I'm not that guy. I like everything to be different. So, okay. So Faye, you like the green cabinet and slate countertop, or brown cabinet, slate countertop? I mean, it won't be actual slate. It's going to be like that gray color, like that dark charcoaly color. What are you voting for? So, okay, that's my idea. Leave me your feedback. All right, let's see here. Dun, 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 dun. Green with slate. I know. Green with slate. I still want wood elements though, because my ultimate goal and idea originally for this was like the woods, a wooded, out in the woods in the forest cottage. Oh, and if you see, let me go back. You see on this wall, if you hadn't noticed, there's not a window in this room. So that plug up there in the middle towards the ceiling is for a TV. It's for a TV. My thought process was get one of those frame TVs. I have one upstairs because, like I said, I don't want my living room to look like there's a TV in it. So I have a frame TV that projects portraits or artwork when it's not on. So I was thinking I'll do that over there, and I can have a live stream of what's going on just outside that window, just outside the wall in my yard. So I still get the natural light idea. I get to see the timing of the day as the sun is doing its thing. I get to see whatever weather is happening, etc. Because I spent a whole day down here in the basement once working on a blanket, and I don't like it. I don't think I could actually live in a cave. I don't think I could live at Darren Coo, you guys. I don't think I could. I mean, if you have to, you have to, right? But I need to see what's going on in the world out there with all my lovely birds that are out there. I have bunnies out there. Yes, I live in a neighborhood, I tell you, but I have wilderness in my neighborhood. It's amazing. Steve, what are you saying? Are colonized colors white and brown? Okay. Yeah, so the TV's going to go there eventually. My husband will probably side-eye me and roll his eyes if I decide that I don't want to do the brown cabinets and I want to buy them all white and paint them green. Yeah, he's probably going to hate me. Hey, but you know what? That might be cheaper. Speaking of, I created a gift registry on IKEA, and I have linked it down below. So if anybody watching ever feels like they want to help support my craft room glow up, I'll greatly accept your gifts. Thank you. All right. Okay, so next on my list, I did talk about my Texas trip. So there's that. Oh yeah, okay. Lastly, I think I'm going to do the boxes. But I want to give you a little bit. My kitty cats are allowed in the craft room, Faye. So you missed it earlier. I had to walk away from the camera for a second because they were over in my shelf finding some yarn that I hadn't put away yet. That's my bad. So usually when I'm crafting and doing my videos, they're not in here because they will literally climb on my desk that I'm working on and wrestle each other or chew on stuff or get into all the things, and I can't be dealing with that while I'm recording. So I kick them out. They're not allowed when I'm doing that. So today, when I opened the door, because I do like to give them some time to come in here. I don't want them to think that they're not allowed in my space because they're my babies. Um, they came in just in a blaze of glory. It's playground. And they were in here just climbing on everything, messing with my laptop, messing with my cords, trying to climb my shelves, scratching on the glass, like they've never been in here before. I'm like, dudes, what are you doing? So they are allowed in here. I think they've had their fill of fun, so they're not in here now. I guess I could close the door because they won't know, or will they? Let's find out. All right, who's taking bets on if they're going to start meowing at the door or start scratching? They might. They might not. Okay, so I talked about what happened this week. I am super, super proud. Yeah, I'm super proud of the videos I put out this week. The funny of today's video intro is just, I don't know, that was a moment of inspiration. And it's just too much. It was great. Not what you thought you were going to get, but it was good. It's a crochet thing. Next week, I am going to put some videos out in celebration. Is that the right word? For back to school. Because I know, at least in Texas, we're almost into August and it's back to school time. I know teachers are starting to get their classrooms together and they're starting to get all that going. Waiting for, yeah, are waiting to get all of that going. And my teacher friends are already doing their mandatory safety video trainings that you have to do every year. I used to work at a school. It's fun. So back to school stuff. Here's a little hint on what we're going to be doing next week. I made this as a prototype pattern for something else that you'll see on Wednesday. And Oliver, my ginger boy cat, took it immediately and ran with it. Literally, like, this is now his favorite toy. So I made 3 more because I have 3 cats. I made 3 more, and he's like, oh, no, 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 no. Why is that funny, Steve? Yes, it's a pencil. He has taken all 3 of these, and they are his. Yeah, he loves them. Of all the toys he's ever had in his life, I've never seen him so excited. Oh, really? That's hilarious. Pumpkin season? Dude, yes, somebody please send me pumpkin, something AI with fall or autumn. I would love for every season to have some fun AI. I will have an AI pattern for back to school. I do have one. It's kind of funny. So what was I saying? Oh, so I was sitting on the couch. So funny. It may not be funny to y'all, but I think it's hilarious. I guess you got to know my cat. I don't know. Sitting on the couch, explaining to my husband that, I made 2 of these, and Oliver is over there sitting with my husband. I was like, yeah, and I made a 3rd one. Oliver literally turns his head, looks at me dead in the eye, and comes straight to my face and is like, where's it at? Where is it? I need to have it. Like, dude, you already have 2. Like, he knew exactly what I was saying. So, yeah. Oliver and I communicate so much differently now. In April, I did an animal communication class and connected with him during that class, myself and both a classmate. And ever since that day, he looks at me entirely different. Like, it's a complete understanding of what's happening. And I don't know how to explain it, but there's a communication there, and he can look at me and talk to me. It's crazy. It's amazing. So yeah, for him to be like, "Oh, you made another one? I need it right now. Where is it?" was incredible. So Okay. All right. I'm at the end of my list of scheduled talking points, except for the opening of my boxes. So I'm going to do that. Let me see if I can move this because I'm going to aim it this way a bit. Mm-hmm. No, don't leave the site. Okay, let's see. Okay, so I have a few different things. I'm excited. First, I'm going to talk about the order that I did before I left for Texas. I went to Lion Brand and I ordered stuff. He knows it's fine. So what is it with the labels coming off? I tell you what. Anyways, so I bought these. These are Lion Brand 24/7 cottons. Okay, in these colors. Because, again, I signed up for a mystery crochet along. This is how I learn to do new things, and it keeps me from being bored. However, now that I'm doing videos, I'm not sure I have as much time. Anyways, I ended up missing all of the emails about each day of the crochet along. So I kind of caught up to it on the last day when it was the review. So needless to say, I didn't do it. Not because I didn't want to, but it didn't happen. And then I saw what it was. I'm like, it's okay for me not to do that. Second, the other things I ordered in my 4th of July creation bubble, I was so hyper focused. The reality, I mean, you see, I have so much yarn. But Beth might understand this, and anyone else who crochets or knits. I don't have the right colors and the right yarn. So when I went to do more fun things for 4th of July, I don't have the right red, or I don't have the right blue, or I don't have the white and the red and the blue in the same yarn so they will work together. So I ordered some. Same brand, same cotton, but in a lighter weight. This is a DK weight. So this is the bright red. Exactly, Beth. Exactly, Faye. Exactly. You never know. You never have enough. Faye, I should show you my crystal stash in a lot. And then I bought this sparkly blue. I thought that's perfect for a 4th of July, right? The sparkles. So these are going to come out next year for sure. I bought 4 of each. That should be enough, right? Okay. Next up, what do we have? Okay. This is the stuff that I brought back from my mother's house, or that I bought while I was at my mother's, staying in San Antonio, or that she bought because she went on vacation in June to Canada. And she sends me a picture of a yarn, of like a yarn booth. Okay. She's like, oh my gosh, aren't these amazing? Do you want some? Okay. Beth will know. You can't just like pick one. And these are all kind of, are they hand dyed? They're merino wool, nylon. I think they are hand dyed. They're so lovely. You can't just buy one because what can you make with one? Nothing. So I'm like, okay, Mom, here's my idea. A yarnery. So here's my idea. I said, Mom, pick what you like, or pick one or two, whatever, from the places you've been on this trip, and I will create something for you as a commemoration for your trip. Right? So she bought 3 of these. She says she's buying 2, but she ended up buying 3. She bought 3 of these. They're gorgeous. Look at them. Sorry, the camera is like not working for me. And I mean, so they're variegated, and I mean, they were all like that. There's, but this one, they were for a specific national park in Canada. Like that's what they're labeled for. Um, here's the tag if you guys want to see it. If it matters. So yeah, I have to come up with something that she loves green. I think she loves green more than I love green. I mean, I grew up loving blue because it was my dad's favorite color. And then as I got older, I understand green. Green is the soothing color for me. Okay. So I have to, if you guys have any ideas, Beth, I think you might be able to um, help me out. Like she lives in San Antonio. So hats and scarves, no. It needs to be a wearable, something that she'll wear. I don't know if she'll wear a shawl. I don't know if I have enough to make her like a cardigan, and I don't know. So, okay. Um, that's not important. So, all right, a couple of things. This is some of my mom's stash and some of what I bought um, while I was there because I took 3 skeins of yarn with me to make a market bag. I really was planning on making 3 market bags, and I was going to take, 12 skeins of yarn with me, but it was too much to pack into my backpack. So I had to buy yarn while I was there. A yarn cactus. I don't know if she would use that. A tank top? That's an idea. Okay, so I went to Michael's and I bought this gorgeous skein. Now, I'm not a big bulky weight fan, but they don't have much in this other stuff that's good. So I was fidgeting around with my pattern that I'm working on for a hat. Um, and then I was just trying to see how I could get the colors to work. So I did like this square with it. And then I buy coordinating solids. Somehow I'm going to make these into something. So that was my downtime. Figure out what to do while I'm sitting around relaxing. Now, time for my mother's stash. Beth and I have been talking. Faye, you and I have been talking. I want to make a dragon. I want it to sit on top of my cabinets over there. It's gonna be great. Sage and rose. I know those are my favorite colors, Faye. So I've been looking for eyelash yarn because I just have a vision with like the eyebrows for dragons or whatever. And so she has 3 of these guys. She has a lot of eyelash yarn, guys. Okay. And so I took it all. No shame. Kind of eyelashy yarn. It's fun. So I took it all. 3 of those. This is a suede. I figured I could figure something out with it. You never know. And these are some older chenille. Smaller. Not the big bulky that is found in the stores. Okay, let's put these back down there. So shrink wrap your stuff when you mail them, I promise. It's great. And your suitcase. So, I traveled because my husband works for American. I traveled standby, which means I'm not checking a bag. So everything was shrink wrapped in my suitcase. All right. This is from my mother's stash, friends. So here we go. Look at all these fun little eyelashy yarns. Okay. Do I know what I'm going to do with them yet? No. But I'm going to have them so that when I find out, they'll be here. This one I wasn't sure about, but who knows? I mean, this screams like 1993, doesn't it? Who knows? Okay. And then there's this rainbowy one. And this golden one. I mean, this is another one of those weird, yeah. This is the same type, just different color. I was thinking I would separate these and use the eyelash part. I don't know if I would even use this part. Who knows? This gorgeous blue. This would be gorgeous for a dragon. I mean, really. This is kind of fun. Okay, these are some scraps from something else. They're okay. Here's another rainbowy eyelashy feather. And that I have. Those are okay. This is a furry kind of one. That'd be fun for something. This is just a white. And then this one has a different texture. Okay. I think that's it for some of the, well, no. What do I have? Yeah, that's a dress I made back when I was in high school. Okay. Yep, here's some more. Here's a silver. Oh my goodness. Green. There's a white in here. And I've got some, I took her stash of knitting needles and all of that. Wait, my thing's not in here. I have a book. I wanted to share with you the book. I think it's upstairs. Okay, I'm just going to explain it because I don't have it. I don't want to go upstairs to get it. But let me turn this back. So she had pulled this out for me, and yeah, I think it's upstairs. Man, I was prepared for everything but that. Silver is festive. I know. It's going to be fun. So much potential in that box of all that yarn. Anyways, so she pulled out 2 vintage old crochet pattern books. And one of them was from the 60s. And it was mostly just like Afghans and blankets and stuff. And I was like, I don't really see me doing much with that. The other one was from, I think, 1983. And it was full on vintage. Oh, someone's scratching at my door. It's full on vintage oranges and reds and yellows, granny squares, and everything from the time. A book for like making a sweater, making a hat, so I was like, this I could do something with. It can do something vintage because that's what's in right now. Hang on, let me open my door. Hey, Oliver. Come here. You want to say hi? Here's Oliver. Oliver. Look what I have. Here's Oliver. Say hi, Oliver. He's like, why are you holding me like that? All right, he's not interested. Okay. It's over there. See, now he turned to me. I threw it. Now he's turned to me for his toy. Look, here it is. Come here. Over. He's like, you're not going to give it to me? Hey, all right, there you go. Okay, I tried to get him in the camera. He's not having it. He's my eldest. We got him in February of 2020. And he was 9 months old then. Okay, sir. Nope. He also has an obsession with plastic bags. Steve, do you think your cats have that? I it drives me crazy. Plastic bags. So, um, yeah. If the other two were at the door, I would show them too, but I guess they're elsewhere. What are you doing, Oliver? He's finding the bags that I put on the floor. His obsession. He must have heard them through the door. So now he's here. Okay, so is there anything you guys have questions about? Any suggestions for what I should do for my videos? Anything? I'm done with my list of what I wrote down that I wanted to for sure talk about. Hey, I know what it's like to sit and wait. Hmm. I know what it's like on your side. It's kind of cool. Don't eat the cord. Hey, stop. Oh, Starbucks cup. Okay, look. Actually, that is on my plan. Not quite a Starbucks cup, but my daughter loves Whataburger. It's a Texas company, um, fast food place. And it's they had it's a cozy that she got. They had like a brand new launch flavor, which was prickly pear raspberry, like a refresher drink. And so the cozy is like that dark teal color that's like right. This is weird. Okay, there, that color. And then it has like cactus, and then it has the Whataburger symbol on the front. And she sent me a picture of her drink. It's like, I have to make that. That's gonna be perfect. So that is on my list actually. That I was gonna do something like that eventually. We shall see. But my concern with that is copyright issues. So I don't know if I could actually create a pattern and do it on here without Whataburger having a cow, unless I changed how many. So Whataburger, the W is made out of 5 different lines. So maybe if I changed it and did 4, I don't know. I have to see with my attorney the legalities of all that because I don't want to be in trouble for anything. Um, so yeah, that's it. Oliver, what's up, my dude? What you looking for, puppy? You come see me? You come see me? He's looking around. I don't know what he's trying to do. But anyway, so I have amazing ideas for one of my videos for Friday next week is already it's uploaded. It's cute. But my mystery pattern for back to school video I have to put together. I've already filmed the makings. I just have to film the beginnings and the ends, and I have such an amazing idea for my beginnings. So I'm making a prop for that right now. So it'll be kind of. I really hope you guys love it. I hope my idea comes out great, and I hope it's a hit because I've been having some difficulty going to sleep over the past week or so because that's when all of my downloads happen and I get all the ideas. And I'm like, okay, guess I'm gonna hi, come here. I guess I'm gonna get up and I'm gonna write this down now. So Barry from Yarn. So look, Faye, I've already thought about that and it was gonna be a surprise. No, I haven't made it yet. But yes, I have actually been thinking about that. So we shall see how it turns out. Crochet Gate. Is this a if you know, you know, Ray? Oliver, I don't want you going over there. Oh, Whataburger crochet. Okay, I got it. Sorry, I had to go back up. Crochet myself into the corner. Yes, Steve. Yes. Ah, dude, where are you trying to go? I don't know. He's exploring the rest of my desk. I do have some photos because he likes to get up. And then the other day I had to pause um my videoing because one of my other cats, Cody, decided it's time for him to spend time with me. And he got up on my desk right in front of me and just lay down to the nap. I was like, seriously? My dude, what are you doing? He's finding the plastic. Hi, Pip. Crochet Tinkerbell patterns. Hey, Naomi, I'm so glad you viewed it. I know we're at the end, but thanks for popping in. At least you can check out the replay. Yes, right, Steve? She did send me one. I haven't looked it completely over yet. I have a feeling it's probably a dragon or something, but I could be way off. And that's the fun part about this whole thing is that I can have an idea and be so way off. Like yours, Steve. That one was epic, absolutely epic. Stop. You cannot have the plastic. Okay, all cats are not like this. Okay, just you know. He's weird with plastic. I don't know why. Anyway, stop. Thank you. Steve, I have your pattern over here actually. If y'all haven't seen, okay, I probably should not have this on here, but I'm not going to tell you which one it is. There we go. It's Steve's pattern. This one is great. I absolutely love this one. Beth, yours was really good too. Beth, when I was doing yours, I was like, oh, I wonder if she made something with dragons because we were talking about dragons a lot at that time, and it had those points. Wait, I think I have yours over here. Hold on. I have all of them in here actually. Here's Beth's. If y'all haven't seen Beth's, I just think, okay, yeah. I love it. Thanks, Naomi. So like I was doing this whole upside down. Maybe it's like pointy ears. So when I look at it like this, I'm thinking like, you know what, Anubis. Like here's his ears, and then his this way, yeah, and then his face and nose, and it was just weird. So I was like, what is this? And then it's great, man. Yours is so far off; it was perfect. But this is right way up, and then I was like, well, maybe it's like here's like the mushroom head and here's like the face, and so here I didn't show it, but this is the one that I did like a month prior that I was thinking it looked kind of like a mushroom. I thought maybe Beth was making something with a mushroom. I don't know. So funny. So I've only had one like spot on one, and that was the toddler hat. Okay. If I had made it with a thicker yarn, it'd be bigger. This is more like an infant size, but still. The way I made it, it looks like a mouse, but it's supposed to be a cat. So there's the ones I have completed so far. But yeah, this one is great. Absolutely great. Can't wait to show you the one that I'm doing next week. I laughed at it so much. My daughter's like, get that away from me. It's freaking me out. Yeah. The beak is hilarious. Naomi, my favorite yarn to work with as far as weight is a DK weight. It's lighter. And I was actually telling my husband that I wish I was more proficient and knew how to knit as well as I know how to crochet, because I love how lightweight knit feels. And, you can get that nice top that feels like fabric more so with the knit than with a crochet. Crochet just feels more cumbersome sometimes, and a worsted weight and the bulky weight and up just makes it more, it doesn't feel good to me. Like it's too heavy. So I like the DK weights. So, yes. Everything. Wait, I missed it. Hold on. Hey, Pip. I'm so glad you're here. Thanks for coming. Yeah. So, and that's why I chose for this one to do the DK weight. Actually, let me see. I put all my yarn away. I put my yarn away for this so that it wasn't a mess in here. Just trying to be good. I can't show you guys a mess. But because it just feels softer and less cumbersome. And this one is worsted weight, and it's thicker. I mean, it does the job for what you need it for. But yeah, that's what I have right now, guys. Do you have questions? Anything else? Anything you want to see me make? So, Naomi, you can go ahead and do the replay when we finish, because I kind of would love your opinion on the. I mean, you already saw some of our room earlier today, but not the whole span, and not my plans for my cabinets and what have you. Pumpkins. Yeah. Okay, I love pumpkins. It's my favorite season. I'm gonna call it pumpkin season. It's not Halloween. It's fall. It's autumn. It's pumpkin season. So no lie, I would love to have. I just haven't gotten to it. A fall theme wreath. Okay. A ghost. Ooh. You said that, Faye, and I'm thinking about some of that new yarn I just got. New to me yarn I just got. It's probably like 25 years old, if not longer. What kind of ghost? Do you want like a I'm wearing a sheet ghost? Or like a ghost that actually looks like a person? I don't know. What was I saying? Oh, I would love to make like a whole bowl, decorations for the table of, the gourds and the leaves and the pumpkins and all of that stuff. Funny sheet ghosts. Love it. Love it. Love it. But ooh, glow in the dark yarn. Y'all know there's glow in the dark yarn, right? There's glow in the dark yarn. I'm gonna have to go get some before they get sold out before spooky season, because it's a thing. Oh, she goes black cat pumpkin. Okay. Um, knitting, dude. No, okay. So I have been crocheting on and off since my grandmother taught me, probably when I was about 8, and like literally on and off my whole life. And so I decided, after a bout of depression and sadness back in 2023. Well, in 2022, nonsense hit the fan, and life went downhill personally. So I started making jewelry. I started making bracelets, and I did a couple crochet-ish bracelets with beads. Dude, like I said, I have a whole jewelry cabinet that I have to get cabinets for. And then I decided in 2023 that I wanted to do an event with the local spiritual shop. They did a thing in April, for Mabon, not Mabon, Beltane. And so I was going to crochet a bunch of like headbands with flowers and pouches and plants and all of that stuff. So that started me on my crocheting journey, and I have literally just been on it since, just making stuff, and everything got packed up when we were moving up here, like in March. We moved in June last year, but everything needed to kind of like really get put together a few months earlier, and that was so sad. But it was all random crocheting. And so, hi, bud. Where was I going with that? So I started really getting into it there in 2023, and then last year, really more. And then after we moved up here, I was like, it's time to crochet again. It's time to open some stuff out. So I started signing up for mystery crochet alongs for fun. I have in this cabinet right here, you can see it right there, that stack of stuff. That is literally scarves and hats from one crochet along back in August last year. Not my patterns. I can't, I have to give credit where credit's due. So that just started I'm just going to crochet all the time. So, and then this book, Beth knows the story. I just had this book. Where did I put it? I'm gonna lose my mind. Y'all, I cleaned up my room. Oh, stole my seat. Where did I put it, buddy? I was just talking to Naomi about it earlier. Where did I put this book? See, I've lost it twice. Whatever. Okay. Come here, handsome. Come here, handsome. I found it when I was cleaning Naomi, and now it's gone again. I don't know where it went. I don't know. I don't see it. Anyways, so Beth sent me a video of another crocheter on YouTube, and she was making something out of this book, and I was like, I remembered how I wanted my friend who made all these images for band that my kids were in, high school band, made like their mascot and everything. And I was like, ooh, make me some crochet patterns. I want to see how they turn out. And well, she never did because she said she doesn't know how to make patterns. She just knows how to make images. That's fine. So then I was re-inspired. Okay, we're gonna do I want to do these mystery crochet things with AI, and I want to see it'll be fun. And Beth was like, I will watch that till the end of the year. I'm like, then I'm doing it. So here we are. Hi, baby. Hi, baby. Trickster's around. Naomi and I have two other cats. They are my 1-year-olds. Their birthday, actually, everybody's birthdays are in May. All three of these guys, amazingly. I'm not sure exactly when his is, but doing the math of 9 months old in February gave me a May birthday timeframe. They are my black cats. They're my voids, and they are absolutely amazing. Also, as he is. It's okay, I tell him. He's probably hungry, so he's probably in here to bug me to feed him. Oh, he's motoring. But yeah, cats are my people. I mean, I saw that on Amazon. I had to have it. Easily distracted by cats and yarns. Perfect. Perfect. I went on a cat binge. Like I bought 3 different types of cat stitch markers that day too, because I can't decide which I like the best. And yes, I've used all 3. Hi, Bubby. Hi, handsome. There he is. Happy cat. Oh, if you can see him. There he is. I don't know if you can hear him motoring. Lappy puss. I love it. Buddy. Oh yeah, Cody, especially before I went on vacation, Cody was my lap cat. He would be all in my lap all the time, crocheting all the time. Now Milo, who is another one of my black cats, he has been completely in my lap when I'm trying to do stuff. So Oliver, hi buddy. Okay, so let me, if you guys are interested, when I did the animal communication class, when the other person looked into reading his energy, now mind you, obviously that wasn't at my house, but he was here at home. When she talked to him, he told her that couple of things. Like he told her like he felt like he'd been bit on his neck, and that would explain because he was always like, "Don't touch the back of my head." Like if you went to over him, he'd be like, "No." And now he has no issues with me doing that. Now that I know, says he might have been bitten by something. It's probably before we got him because he was always skittish like that about going over his head. But he told her that he descends from saber-toothed cats. No lie. He told her that. And also, he said that we used to have hamsters. I think we had a hamster when we got him. I don't remember. And he told the lady that we needed to get some more hamsters and we needed to keep getting them. Meaning, I need something to hunt, says Oliver. I thought that was absolutely cheeky. Absolutely orange cat behavior, 1,000%. It was hilarious. So yeah, And like I was saying, ever since that whole thing, now he like looks me straight in the eye, like we actually understand each other and we have the same language and not like, oh, I'm an animal looking at you, we're lost. No, like, hey person, I know how to communicate with you. Like it's amazing to me. It's so amazing. He found a piece of string over here on the tape on the desk. Crazy cat. Sorry, dude. So, alrighty, my friends. I hope you had fun. I did say to my kids that I would keep this under an hour and a half because dinner's coming up, and then my oldest has to go to bed soon because he gets up at butt crack early because he works at 5 a.m. So I gotta kind of be quiet. So I'm gonna say bye. I'm gonna say thanks for hanging out. I'm gonna say love you. Was that should I have done that one? Anyway, so I will see you guys next time, and I would love for you to check out my videos if you haven't. I'm really proud of the one I did on Friday. That would be today. My goodness. The one that went live today, if you haven't seen it, the opening is utterly hilarious. It was inspired. So thanks again. Love you guys. And I will see you when I see you.